Hey guys, welcome to My Carolina Homestead. This is Paul, and today is meat day. So we're coming to the parking lot of the Ingalls, which has some nice London broil on sale. I think it's $4.98 a pound with our card. It used to be like $2.99. Inflation's in full swing, and that's why I want to show you how I shop the sales. So the normal price on this meat is around $7.38 a pound. When it goes on sale, I like to buy 4 or 5. And we dehydrate it and make beef jerky or biltong for the dogs. And we use London broil because it's a very lean meat. And you don't want beef jerky that's got fat in it because it becomes really, really chewy. So now it's time to go out and cash out. So we'll use our Ingalls card to buy this meat. And normally we just buy stuff on sale when we go to Ingalls because it can be quite expensive. So as you can see there, we paid about $43 for 8 pounds of meat. Now it's ingredient time. And you can tweak this any way you want. And if you want a recipe, just send us a note below and we'll be more than happy to respond. As you can see here, I got a nice big bowl. Got the ingredients all lined up. We use a number of different ingredients, and we're making this one a little bit sweeter than we normally like, but people's palates are different, so we're just doing this to the majority of people's likings. So we have a little molasses here, about 2 tablespoons. Right there's a little bit of red pepper. It may seem like a lot, but it's not that much for us. Now the next ingredient I put in is actually the main ingredient, which is soy sauce. We have all of our soy sauce dated because we buy it on sale and we store it away. And as you can see, we date it, but I don't worry about it going bad. So I'll put some of this in. And I might have to adjust this as we go along. It just depends on how much meat we have. And now we're going for another ingredient right here, which is brown sugar. I normally don't use this, but it's a very, very common ingredient. I normally use stevia. It's actually better for you. I'll tag a video in the right-hand corner of how to make your own homemade brown sugar. And now it's time to add some Worcestershire. I shake it up because it settles at the bottom. But as you'll notice, I don't use a lot of Worcestershire because it's very overpowering. So you'll see that you don't really need a whole lot. Now it's time to go for the liquid smoke. Very, very little. Now we go for some salt. Not too much because soy has quite a bit of sodium in it. You want it overpowering. A little bit of black pepper. And now a little bit of homemade hot sauce. Peppers came from my garden. Very little. I normally use more, but it's good stuff. And now I'm diving in for some more soy sauce because I'm looking it over how much meat I have. Now I'm going to blend it all together. So now we have it blended all up and it's time to cut the meat, and I'm doing it by hand. We have a meat slicer, but normally I can take this and stick it in the freezer. Somewhat freeze it and it cuts a lot easier. As you can see, it does not take much effort. And you see that I have a towel underneath the cutting board because it keeps it stationary. Freezing time does not take a whole lot of time. Normally 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer. But you want to make sure you have a sharp knife because you want to make sure you get this stuff cut. It can be a dangerous task. Now it's time to marinate. What I like to do is take each piece and get it in the marinade to make sure it gets coated nicely because it can get crowded. 8 pounds is an awful lot of meat. We're about 3 hours in, and we're about 155 degrees. As you can see, we're moving right along. It's looking pretty good. So I'm just checking the progress right now. The darker it is, tells me it's getting closer to being done. As you can see, it is darkening a bit. So the water is dehydrating and the soy sauce is coming through. That's what causes the dark brown color. Now it's been about 6 hours, and as you can see right here, this jerky is pretty dark brown. I can also feel by the texture if it's done or not. If it's not, I'll stick it in the refrigerator. I'll finish it off the next day. So as you can see, we've yielded about a little over 3 pounds of jerky, less what the dog ate. Now I'm just finishing up putting the jerky in pint jars, which have been cleaned and sanitized. And I put 50 cc oxygen absorbers in there for preservation. Some sources say that beef jerky only lasts this way for 3 months, but I beg to differ. Who cares about some sources? I've had jerky well over a year old, and it's been perfectly fine. That's my proof.
Thank you for stopping by my Carolina homestead today. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and click that notification bell for videos coming soon. See you next time and take care.